story is called The Lame Dad Chronicles, The Carnival Catastrophe.
It was a sunny summer day when Dad pulled into the parking lot of the county fair. All right, team, who's ready for the best day of their lives? Ellie and Jake exchanged skeptical glances. It's just a carnival, Dad, Ellie said. Just a carnival? Dad repeated, aghast. This is the ultimate carnival experience. Rides, games, funnel cakes. This is what summer dreams are made of. Mom smirked from the passenger seat. Just try not to embarrass us too much. No promises, Dad said, grinning. Phase 1, the ring toss saga. The first stop was the midway, where Dad zeroed in on the ring toss game. Step aside, he told the kids. This is my time to shine. Ellie frowned. Dad, these games are rigged. Not for me, Dad said, picking up a handful of rings. I've been training for this moment my entire life. The first ring missed, and so did the second, and the third. Almost got it, Dad said, sweating. Mom sighed. Ted, just let it go. Never, Dad shouted. Finally, on his last ring, he somehow managed to get it and win the giant stuffed unicorn. He handed it to Ellie with a triumphant grin. See? Never doubt the master. Ellie rolled her eyes, but she couldn't hide her smile. Phase 2, the haunted house fiasco. Next was the haunted house, which Dad insisted on going through despite Ellie's protests. It's going to be lame, Ellie said. Exactly, Dad replied. Lame is my speciality. Inside, the family was greeted by flickering lights, fake cobwebs, and a guy in a rubber mask who jumped out from behind a corner. Nice try, Dad said, giving him a thumbs up. But when a loud bang came from the ceiling, Dad yelped and nearly tripped over a skeleton. Smooth move, Jake said, laughing. Just testing the old reflexes, Dad muttered. Phase 3, the Ferris wheel crisis. The highlight of the day was the Ferris wheel. As the family climbed into their gondola, Dad looked out over the fairgrounds. Look at this view, he said. This is what it's all about. But halfway up, the ride jerked to a stop. What's happening? Ellie asked nervously. Probably just a technical issue, Dad said. Nothing to worry about. When the operator called for a mechanic, Dad's eyes narrowed. This doesn't feel right. Mom put a hand on his arm. Ted, let the professionals handle it. But Dad was already leaning over the edge of the gondola, studying the machinery below.
Oh, no.
Dad, what are you doing? Jake asked. Stay calm, kids, Dad said. I've seen enough episodes of How It's Made to know a thing or two about Ferris wheels. Ellie groaned. This is so embarrassing. Phase 4, Detective Dad springs into action. When the mechanic arrived, Dad climbed down from his gondola and approached him. Hey man, what seems to be the issue? The mechanic sighed. One of the gears is sticking. We're trying to figure out why. Dad crouched down, studying the machinery. Mind if I take a look? The mechanic gave him a skeptical glance. Are you an engineer? I'm a dad, Dad said confidently, which is basically the same thing. To everyone's surprise, the mechanic stepped aside. Dad examined the gear assembly, then pointed to a small metal pin wedged between two cogs. There's your problem. That pin shouldn't be there. The mechanic squinted. Huh, you're right. How did you spot that so fast? Dad shrugged. I've fixed enough bicycles to recognize a jammed gear when I see one. The mechanic removed the pin, and the wheel groaned back to life. Phase 5, the hero's return. As the Ferris wheel began moving again, the crowd below erupted into applause. Dad grinned, waving like a conquering hero. Just doing my part, everybody. Just doing my part. The ride operator shook his head. I've been running this Ferris wheel for 15 years, and I ain't never seen nothing like that. Mom rolled her eyes but smiled. Ted, you're impossible. Jake looked impressed. That was actually kind of cool. Ellie crossed her arms. Still lame, but thanks for fixing it? You're welcome, Dad said, pretending to tip an imaginary hat. Detective Dad strikes again. Phase 6, the funnel cake celebration. No carnival trip would be complete without funnel cake, and Dad made sure to buy the biggest one he could find. This, he said, holding it up, this is the true prize of the day. Jake grabbed a piece. Okay, this is amazing. Ellie smiled. Even if you embarrassed us, this was fun. Dad grinned. That's what I do, kids. Embarrassing you is my way of saying I care. And as the sun set over the fairgrounds, the Turner family ended their chaotic day with sticky fingers, full stomachs, and the undeniable feeling that for all his lameness, Dad was kind of a hero after all.